And welcome back to What If Goku Had Been Adopted by the Breeze, Part 14. And this will hopefully be the last part. So, last time on the Dragon Ball Z What If Goku were adopted by the Breeze? Goku and Raditz and Piccolo and Gohan, I believe. Was it Gohan? Or 17? One of the two. I think it was 17. Have participated in the Universe 6 tournament. Now, we basically cut over now to the Goku Black arc. Should point out that it's never really stated how much time passed between the Universe 6 tournament arc and the Goku Black arc. It's implied it's at least a few weeks to maybe a month or so. Not extremely long period. It's not a year later or anything like that. We know that, but it's not a couple days later either. It's a little bit of time. Let's give it like 2 weeks. So point being, 2 weeks have passed. What's gone on since then? Not really anything. Goku's learned to kind of access Super Saiyan Okari Blue form, as we'll be calling it, at least for now, a lot easier, and tapping further into and training with his Super Saiyan God power as well as his Super Saiyan powers. Raditz even has figured out also how to do the Okari form with Super Saiyan Blue to an extent. Not as effective as Goku, because Goku clearly had been working on it longer, but still. Cut now to when Trunks shows up, sees Goku, attacks him, and is like, what? No, I'm back in the past again. What? And then, obviously, we get the explanation that there's an alternate Goku wreaking havoc and trying to killing people, and he killed Bulma. To which this gets Raditz's attention as well. Just, what? What are you talking about? This fake Kakarot killed Bulma and everyone else? Yeah. None of us can really stop him. And then obviously him and Goku square off. That little spar match they have. Goku goes Super Saiyan, Trunks goes Super Saiyan, Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan 2. Then Goku shows off Okari, which I think at this point they can Goku and Raditz can both do an Okari Super Saiyan, even Okari Super Saiyan 2. It's not a supremely effective technique because they clearly have just better techniques to use at this point, but they can do it to show it off. And Goku shows it off and completely whips. Because think about that for a second. The multiplier that we know of for Super Saiyan 2 to Super Saiyan 3 is a times 4 times Super Saiyan 2 for Super Saiyan 3 when Goku did that and completely whipped Trunks' butt. But Ikari is a 10 times multiplier. It's 2.5 times stronger than if he were just straight going to Super Saiyan 3. And probably not quite as volatile, though still not an effective strategy in terms of using power and all that. Anyway. So, he shows it off and whips Trunks' butt. Then Goku Black shows up. Him and Goku square off. That fight goes the same, minus the fact that Goku has a bit of an easier time. He's just stronger in this version overall. Goku Black goes back to the future. They follow him back eventually. Now we get the square off of Raditz, Trunks, Goku, and Goku Black. Obviously, Goku Black shows off Super Saiyan Rose. Here's the difference, though. Raditz does want revenge on Goku Black for killing this future's version's Bulma. Unfortunately, fortunately for Goku Black, Raditz also is not anywhere near as blinded by pride as Vegeta was. So Goku even just says, "All right, buddy. So I get him first. Like, Kakarot, don't be a fool. But why not? It's like, you can feel his power. It's going to take both of us to take him on." I know that. That's why it's so much fun. It's a challenge, Raditz. I mean, don't you sometimes want to just fight these guys one-on-one? Sometimes, but not when it's someone who's threatening our world and even timelines, Kakarot. No, time and place, Kakarot. Time and place. Man. All right, fine. They both go to Super Saiyan Blue, and it's 2-on-1, which admittedly Goku Black was not expecting. Like, he just assumed Raditz or Goku was going to take him on 1-on-1. He wasn't expecting just having to fight two people at once. And he's struggling because he and Goku were roughly speaking evenly matched. Goku admittedly wasn't using Kaioken in the original, but still. And Vegeta wasn't evenly matched with him, but it's more the fact that I think Vegeta just wasn't prepared. So, Goku Black is struggling. They're both getting an upper hand on him. Goku Black, however, does do with the energy blade and does tag Raditz. Raditz! What do you think you're going, Goku? And then, because it's a weird kind of gruff British Goku, the way he talks. Goku Black. I think I'll call it Super Saiyan Rose. And as what? Anyway, so he grabs Goku. He's about to stab him, but then Goku just powers up farther, just blows back Goku Black, going into Okari Blue, and then just overwhelms Goku Black's ass. Because let's be honest, if Goku had gone Kaioken times 10 in that first fight, he would have easily overwhelmed Goku Black. He easily probably could have beaten him, as a matter of fact. Because Goku Black, while he progresses at almost a more exponential rate than even normal Saiyans do, because he is a god in a Saiyan's body, he still takes time. It still takes time to a certain degree to progress to that level. He gets stronger with every fight, like they do. But those jumps in power aren't just so sprint. Like, he's not going to jump to where he cut a hole in the fabric of the time and space just in an instant. So he's overwhelming him. Oh, excuse me. Oh. So he's overwhelming him. Goku Black's struggling. Raditz is struggling to get back up. Trunks is able to, get him dad. Hold on, I got you. And then, well, sorry again, acid reflux. Better today, but still, for some reason, just coming up. Probably because I'm sucking some air in as I talk, which causes me to, have to burp, which sucks. I gotta try to sometimes slow my roll with that. So anyway, he drags his father to hyperbolic time chamber. At that moment, while Goku is overwhelming Goku Black, Zamasu shows up. It's like, what, Zamasu? And then, because they would have already had that experience with Zamasu, there was no reason to bring it up. They already would have had it. Zamasu kind of explains a little bit what went on. Him and Goku Black are tag teaming Goku at this point, who is still stronger than both of them. But he is getting overwhelmed just by their sheer number and the fact that, an indestructible, immortal body versus faux Goku in Goku's body. So Goku is struggling, and, Raditz is like, we have to help him. No, Goku, get it. Leave it to Goku. You're too hurt. I will not let them get away with what they did to her. Bulma, she will be avenged. Bulma will be avenged. And then, Goku does ultimately get caught by Zamasu in a lock, and Goku Black blasts him. Goku goes flying down to the ground. But just as they're about to finish off, a giant Kamehameha blast comes towards them. Goku Black's able to deflect it, but, Raditz falls to the ground kind of like Vegeta did. Trunks gets them back into the time machine. They F off. So, cut back. They're recuperating. They're recovering. They're explaining, we got to learn the Mappa technique and all that. And, I can teach you that technique. And Roshi, I'll teach you that technique. And that whole shebang happens. Meanwhile, Raditz goes into hyperbolic time chamber for a little bit because they've adjusted it. Trains for a little bit. Gets his Hikari form down to a T at this point. Like, he trains to perfect his Hikari form, whereas Goku has been training for something else. So, long story short, they get back to the future. It's that second round. I think that was actually the last time they went, too. They only went, I think, twice. Did they go twice? Or did they go 3 times? Because there was one time where I want to say they went technically 3 times, but we'll count it only for the second time. I am blanking on that part. I apologize for that, but I am blanking on that fine detail. Was it 2 or 3? That's going to be bugging me. Point being, they go back, and once again, they do get exit. This time, Raditz now just immediately goes into Super Saiyan Blue Hikari and just overwhelmingly beats Goku Black's ass, similar to Vegeta. Only this time, Raditz, for some reason, I think would actually be more pissed than Vegeta because he was more willing to accept things than Vegeta was at the time. And now he had a new home. He had a life that he actually really enjoyed. And even though we know Vegeta does like his life, he's just too proud to admit it. And, he took away Bulma, the love of his life, and just, nuh-uh. He's like, no, I'm going to beat that. And he even probably blasted a hole straight through his gut. Just, Now, that being said, he's still alive. Just, you blasted monkey. You think that your rage gives you strength? Perhaps you're right. Perhaps I've been doing this all wrong. And then, he fires it and creates that damn scythe. Meanwhile, Goku's easily just taking on Zamasu without any problems whatsoever. And, all of a sudden he senses Goku Black is in trouble and, goes and, Goku senses that Raditz is in trouble, goes and they are taking on the multiple doppelgangers. Trunks seals Zamasu away only for it to, pop open again because obviously he obviously forgot to seal. Bulma's there, obviously, because she showed up. Then basically comes the merged Zamasu. And, it's weird to think how strong Merge Zamasu is, because once you get into those kinds of power... See, in Dragon Ball Z, when it comes to power levels, you can still kind of get an idea of where they stand, theoretically, from a numbers perspective. It's a little difficult to figure it out, but you can kind of pinpoint where the numbers lie, hypothetically, if we were to actually do numbers for power levels again. When it comes to Super, that shit goes right out the window. Like, hypothetically, if you really want to put the hours of studying in, you could probably get a rough guess of what the number value for someone like Beerus's power level is, Merge Zamasu, Jiren, all those guys. You can, in theory, get a power level number for them. It's it's too much to really care at that point and put the effort in. But people do. People put those videos in. Like, I love Totally Not Mark's power level videos. Those are great videos. He actually put some time and care into figuring out, like, the mathematics of it and everything along those lines. Whether they're right or not, they're probably not right. They're just the closest guess to what he thought was right. And that's perfectly cool. Anyway, I digress. So... obviously, Merge Zamasu comes, and he's overwhelming them both. They both go Kaioken, not Kaioken, Ikari Super Saiyan Blue. And now here's the thing. I don't think the Gohan, or the Chi-Chi and Goten death thing has come up yet. I think that, quite frankly, Goku's been overwhelming Zamasu in his overall one-on-one fight much easier than in the previous one, because it was 2-on-1 initially in that previous fight, and Goku still was able to overwhelm him temporarily. That's how strong Goku freaking is. So, they both, Raditz and Trunks are keeping the giant blast away. Goku comes in, obviously, and blasts Merge Zamasu in the face point blank. Ah! Ooh, excuse me. And then he blasts back Raditz and Trunks, and just, has a moment where Goku basically says, like, by the way, Goku, just so you know, in case you're wondering, or just so you know, did you ever wonder what happened to your wife and child? And it's like, what? When I took your body? And then he does it, and then Goku's like, you bastard! You! And then all of a sudden, it's like, your enhanced God form is impressive, but it can't stand against me, Kakarot. Or Goku. You might as well give... And then Goku just grabs out and just starts... And then just... and literally just breaks his arms. And remember, they point out, even though it's clear that he was technically still had immortality, because the wish was that Zamasu had an immortal body. And they point out, it's like, you're taking damage. You weren't taking damage before. It's because you fused with someone and it's no longer your body. And I love the fact that he was so freaking... I don't like Zamasu. Zamasu isn't one of the better villains, per se, but he's not one of the worst by any stretch of means. And I like the fact he was so arrogant that the minute that Goku points out, or Vegeta points out that little legitimate weakness and flaw he now has, he just starts crying and preaches, like, yes, I took all the sins of the world. And even Vegeta's like, what? I was like, are you kidding me? But no, Goku suddenly breaks his arm, and Zamasu knows that it's not mending. It mends, but it's not mending as quick as when he was just Zamasu. So he takes him on that, but then he realizes that Goku's power is still rising. You monster! I will make you pay! And then he just, that primal, guttural rage. And even Zamasu and Raditz and Trunks are feeling this, like, what is this? This power, it feels akin to, could it be? And Raditz actually smells like, damn it, just when I thought I caught up to you, son of a bitch, Kakarot. It's like, Father, what is he doing? Just watch, boy. It's going to be a treat. It's going to be, and then Goku Zamasu feels just, what is this power? And then just clears, and there's standing Goku. And anytime I do give Goku access to a Super Saiyan 4 form, this always happens. So if you've seen it before, you should have expected it at some point. Here it is. Goku standing there in a pure transform God. I'm calling it Super Saiyan God Primal in this, because I will call it Super Saiyan Primal. Basically, the merging of the Super Saiyan God Ki with the standard or Super Saiyan 4 form. In this form, I should note that the Super Saiyan Blue hair color comes from some reason. For some reason, the mixture of yellow and red, which theoretically should be orange, but given Goku's outfit, probably wouldn't, and the fact that orange is similar in appearance to red, probably wouldn't have looked very, I mean, I would have been fine with it. It makes sense color-wise. But regardless, so, but that's why you get the blue, I guess. Apparently yellow and red make blue. But that's why you get the blue. It's a combination of two different keys merging. Technically speaking, this is the same thing, but Goku's hair in that form always is black, so in this case, it's red. If anything, he looks similar to Gogeta at Super Saiyan 4, but it's that more ethereal red, that kind of almost ruby. It's not quite. It wasn't quite ruby red. I'm trying to figure out the right terminology for that. Magenta red? Is that kind of the color of Super Saiyan God? Point being, it's that color, and Goku's power is. I couldn't even calculate Goku's power at this point because it's a far jump up. Even Zamasu was just what? So. Yeah, you say it's quite impressive indeed. Pushing yourself past your limits, just like everyone, just like you. But I'll have the last say, and it will not be enough to stop me. Now meet your end. And then basically, he just kind of holds his head up, and that blade comes out, and Goku just the blade just shatters. Just what? And then he just blasts Goku with several blasts. Just the blast just deflect off, and Goku's just standing there. Now, unlike with Gogeta, who was seriously cocky, this is a pissed off Goku. And when you get a pissed off Goku, there is no Logan from X-Men Origins Wolverine, no law, no code of conduct. You point me in the right direction, you stay the hell out of my way. That's kind of what's going on. And it's like, you're confused, aren't you, Zamasu? What's going on? Why you can't hit me? Here, why don't I slow it down? I'll slow it down for you. And then Goku just suddenly just lands, like, it's basically that scene like with Omega Shenron and Gogeta Super Saiyan 4, where Gogeta moves so fast, Omega Shenron couldn't proceed, like, he couldn't register how fast he moved. This is the same thing that Goku's moving so fast that Zamasu can't register it. And Goku's now just laying into him, just ripping him apart. Now, this isn't the first time Goku's actually accessed this form. This is what he's been trained for. So at this point now, he's actually got it's kind of like when him and Frieza first fought. He had better control over Super Saiyan Blue than Frieza over Golden Frieza. So he had trained with it so he could last in the form better. He's trained with it, so he's not going to tire out within a few minutes. He's got a good ways to go in this form. And he's just being merciless on Zamasu. Goasu and Shin show up only to see the show. It's like, did we miss something? It appears we did. It seems that Goku has achieved a power far beyond anything we could imagine. And, he just ripping it, and finally he just Trunks he basically just tears him apart almost. And Trunks basically does the whole spirit key thing, spirit sword, and just destroys him. And I say that because even if Goku ripped him apart, I think Zamasu would still reform or try to put himself back together. And then Trunks is the one that finishes off. Obviously, he starts to impart himself in the universe and the timeline. Then Goku brings out Zeno, because that would still happen. I did forget to bring that part up, but that's just stuff that always happens. Zeno saw the fight, liked it, and there you go. He brings Zeno, blows up the universe, then you get the two Zenos. So, we're already at the 18-minute mark. We're in the final arc, minus Broly. So, yeah, this one will go a little longer so we can finish it up. So, with that being said, moving into the Tournament of Power. This is a little different because Bra is already born in this timeline. We already have Bra. So, when Goku's recruiting people to, participate in the tournament, he asks Raditz. Raditz says yes. He asks Gohan. Gohan says yes. They go. They fight. Now, Gohan, I think, would actually fight. He and Lavender would be the ones that fight. Raditz is the one that fights Basil and beats the crap out of Basil. Lavender and Gohan both tie. Goku and Bergamo, that goes the same. Plus the fight with him and Topo, minus the the transmission Kamehameha, because that's just not something he has. He doesn't have his transmission. And then you get into the actual tournament. Now, what's the roster in this tournament? So you have obviously Raditz and Goku. That's an obvious one. The twins, 17, 18. Krillin, obviously. Roshi, Tien. So there's your big ones right there. But then who else you got? Because we don't have Frieza at this moment. There's no Boo. And now I'm thinking about who. Oh, Piccolo. Piccolo's another one. So that leaves you 2 left. Now, Vegeta actually is one that they can go and recruit. And they explain the situation to him. It's like, very well. And Vegeta has Super Saiyan 2 at this point. Hell, I didn't even say this many years in the future, he might have stumbled upon Super Saiyan 3. Now, you know what? Yeah, Super Saiyan 3. Vegeta gets it. I think it's just fun to go that route. Because at this point now, I'm spitballing some ideas and just throwing them out there because we're in the final stretch. And then, yes, they have to go and get Frieza. They have to bring him back for a day. And Frieza here isn't as strong as his normal Kamen. He's still very powerful, but he's nowhere near what he was in Resurrection F because that just never happened. In fact, they could, in theory, go get King Cold, who would actually probably be a better candidate, seeing as he hypothetically could transform as well. So I guess the question is, do they get King Cold or do they get Frieza? I think they actually would go with Frieza because he would definitely be more willing to cooperate. Even though you could definitely make more of an... Well, I say that out loud, but thinking now on it a bit further, King Cold probably would be the more easy one to, bargain with. King Cold, I've come to bargain. So, actually, yeah, they'd probably get King Cold. And King Cold would be like, oh, since being in that infernal hell, I've learned to control my power. And then he goes into his final form. And that may be different voice. So this is the true power I possess. And say, yeah, don't worry, I'll be able to keep you in line. Oh, really? And then, yeah, he points out, transform Super Saiyan Blue. Just, not even that, just transform to Super Saiyan. Very well. So long as you keep all my end of your end of the bargain, Saiyan, I'll keep mine. It's like, yeah, I figured you are a good businessman, Cole. You know a good deal when you see it. But if you come back, you and I, if we can work, we can even work together, Cole. But there'll be conditions. We can hash it all out over to cookies and tea when it's all said and done, Vegeta. So they go to the tournament, and yeah, really the only difference here is that we have Cold instead of Frieza, who's still nowhere near as strong as Frieza is at that time. And Vegeta in this version isn't anywhere near as strong as his canon counterpart. Plenty powerful, but nowhere near as strong. Raditz and Goku, on the other hand, are damn strong. So you're probably going to be seeing mostly the same stuff playing out in a Tournament of Power, leading all the way up to the first confrontation with Goku and Jiren. So, yeah, again, Goku is stronger in this version than he is in the other version. But let's be clear here. That doesn't mean he's going to beat Jiren in that first go. But still, he squares off, does the Kamehameha, just goes around Jiren, goes in the Ikari, just poof, and it barely does anything. Goes to Super Saiyan, barely does anything. Super Saiyan 2, barely anything. Super Saiyan God, barely anything. Then he goes into Super Saiyan Blue, and then you get that standard fight that we see in the original version, where Goku is losing pretty badly. Again, I always want to note that a few times it wasn't a complete smackdown on Goku's part. Like, Goku didn't completely, not level. What's the best way to put it? Goku put Jiren on edge once or twice. Like, when Goku fired a Kamehameha, even Jiren's eye, you saw that Jiren's eyes it's like, damn. He even tagged Jiren once in the face when he went Kaioken. I think that would happen there. Goku goes Ikari, and he tags Jiren in the face again. Which, again, because he's stronger, I don't think it will quite level out to times 20 Kaioken. Basically, Goku at Ikari Super Saiyan Blue in this fight, isn't quite Goku at Kaioken times 20 in the original fight. Close, but not quite there. Still, he managed to tag Jiren. And Goku is now, he's struggling. He's and Jiren's just comments like, this is over. And, Goku gets up back on the balcony after nearly being kicked off or blasted off. It's like, is that all you have, Saiyan? It's like, well, I didn't want to have to go all out in this, but you really are something, Jiren. So, no more holding back. And then he powers up. And even Jiren at this point can feel, because the jump between a times 10 and whatever the actual multiplier of Super Saiyan 4 really is. Because let's be honest, I've heard so many people's ideas of what Super Saiyan 4's multiplier actually is. it's times 10. Like, the normal one I go with is times 10. It just makes the most sense from a basic math standpoint. But I contend that there's no actual evidence to that. Or I admit, there's no actual evidence to it. It's just the one that most fandoms use and the one that makes the most sense, at least from a basic math standpoint. But the truth is, it seems to be a higher multiplier than that. And to be fair, God Key seems a lot higher than that, too. Like, the level of power demonstrated with Gods or Super Saiyan 4 is nothing compared to what we see even with a patchwork Super Saiyan God. They were literally tearing holes in the fabric of the universe. Super Saiyan 4 does not do that. But both in Super Saiyan Primal, and even Jiren now kind of just squints out and he actually has to block power because he can sense, like, okay, now this is something I wasn't expecting. And all of a sudden, boom, comes in. And at this point, Goku's had time to work and even perfect and master this technique more than when he fought Zamasu. So now he lands a very clean, very hard shot on Jiren. And now him and Jiren are now legitimately duking it out. I liken it to probably their first interaction. Actually, no, their second interaction, their second fight in Ultra Instinct, where Goku and him are, roughly speaking, on kind of even playing field. Goku's not dishing out a lot of damage because he only had half of it at that point. He only had Omen at that point. So he was only good on defense rather than offense. But still, I liken it to that, where except Goku can actually dish out solid offense as well. It's not Mastered Ultra Instinct or anything, but it's still something that's incredibly impressive and completely unbelievable. And they are going toe-to-toe at this point. Even Jiren's like now just realizing, okay, no, this guy is someone I need to actually put legitimate focus into. And he stops holding back some of his power as well. They even out, and at this point now Jiren is starting to overpower Goku. Granted, Goku's still holding on there, but even Goku's just finally is like, all right, I have no choice, but finally just Kame, one giant blast. Jiren goes one giant blast, and they struggle. It's a beam struggle, just massive, like old school Dragon Ball Z style, just back and forth. They're just colliding, and Goku realizes, like, I will not lose. And then, the blast just encompasses him, but he ultimately, overcomes it. There's that pause thing, Goku's dead, and then he transforms, and then he is there in Ultra Instinct. However, just for fun, this is me just kind of playing around at this point. I will say that because he was in Super Saiyan 4, not Super Saiyan Blue, his Ultra Instinct form is technically in his Super Saiyan 4 form. I think that would just be fun. The power increase is relative to whatever Goku was at Super Saiyan God Primal. That's the thing. It's relative increase to that. And yeah, first off, that'd just be cool. Basically a silver Super Saiyan 4, that'd be pretty bust. Or at least the way you see it portrayed there. And ultimately Goku and Jiren go at it again, except this time now Jiren can't touch the man. Just, what the hell? It's like, I can't touch him. And then Goku just finally does that blast he does. And blasts him. And again, Jiren's not at full power at this point, remember. He had to power up a lot, but he's not at full power. But because the gap just widened again with Goku, and remember, that blast actually did hit Jiren as well. Or at least that kicked it. I can't remember. Did the blast hit Jiren? Yeah, no, the blast did hit Jiren. Like, it sent Jiren flying. I remember that now. And that one hits him again too, except this one, actually, Jiren's not paying attention, and he actually gets blown straight out of the ring at such a distance that he can't actually cope with it because half the ring got blown off from that. And then Jiren's like, and tries to blast himself back up. But Goku does one last charge while he's still got enough power, grabs him and just throws him out of the ring, just kind of like Frieza and him did at the end, or what Frieza was trying to do. And actually pulls him out, and they both get knocked out. So Goku knocks out Jiren, but he knocks himself out as well. Everyone's just like, what? So, and even Chopo's like, Jiren. And then, now we actually have to ask the question, what happens here? Well, Raditz is still around. He's still in generally good health. So him and Topo are duking it out. A lot of the fights go about the same, minus the fact Goku's not there. Kale and Kefla are taking on honestly Raditz now, because Raditz is the only one there who can do the Super Saiyan Blue, and they want to learn about it. Fortunately, his Akari Super Saiyan Blue is enough that he's able to just, because Raditz is a much more wary fighter than Goku is. It's less about fun and more about getting the job done. So he's more than willing to kind of just going to suddenly grab like Kefla or Kale. Probably Kale, because we see that interaction with Kale and Goku earlier in the tournament, and he just blasts her straight out of the ring. No. Raditz is the guy who's like, oh no, this isn't necessarily about fighting. This is about saving the universe and saving our friends and family and all that. So he's actually being more like a Gohan type, and actually systematically knocking out individuals. And like he takes out Kale before Kale can like transform again. Takes out Kefla. They deal with Annie Raza. Ultimately, they're just more systematic in this version about who they knock out, and it comes down to the fact that Raditz ultimately would win on simple grounds that he is the strongest. Technically, it's the universe who has the most players is the winner, or members is the winner. If they did have to duke it out, if like the Omni King wants them all to fight to a battle royale, and the remaining universe 7 members are at this rate probably 17, Gohan, King Cold, Vegeta, and Raditz. Raditz obviously wins. And then he, honestly, for his wish, would do what 17 does, I think. He'd wish back the universes. And, they all get brought back. Everyone's all hunky-dory and happy. And then to sum it up, you go into Dragon Ball Super Broly with Cold back. Now, here's the thing. Cold is back. The question is, does he try to overthrow Vegeta? And here's the weird thing. Honestly, Cold probably would have actually increased in strength, because he would probably during the time skip to some degree. No, it's not a huge time skip. We know there's a little bit of time skips. Like he would train kind of like Vegeta or Frieza did. Vegeta would continue training as well, and I think they'd be relatively equal. So every once in a while they agree, because I actually don't. Here's the weird thing. While the Saiyans did not like King Cold, I don't think they hated him anywhere near as much as they hated Frieza. And I think Vegeta, honestly, is like, at this point, like, look, your son was the one I hated. You, I just didn't like. But you're a businessman. I'm a businessman. We have an empire here. And let's be honest, whichever one of us were to serve, we will not be fighting a better right-hand man than the other. So, why don't we cut to the chase, local? Rule it together. Rule the empire together. I've had many years to think it over, and I could use a partner, a valuable partner, and you could use someone as a competent man as well. Or we could fight and kill each other, Cold. You've already died once, you might die again. So what is it? And then Cold would think on it. Quite frankly, it's like, for now, I'll tell you this, Vegeta. Why don't we have a little bet? Once a month we'll have a friendly little spar. Yeah, possibly to that, possibly not. It depends on our mood, I suppose. But whoever wins gets to be in charge. And this will be a pact we uphold every month. Would you consider that a fair trade? And then Vegeta thinks, I was like, a fair trade indeed. Plus, but don't think I'll be slouching. Just because I'll be running the show at the moment doesn't mean I'll be slouching in my training, Cold. It's like, I wouldn't have it any other way, monkey. And they kind of like do that whole, that macho thing where they're both just squeezing each other's hands. Like, now we get to Broly. Does anything happen with Dragon Ball Super Broly? Well, technically yes. Because they do find Broly. Like Cheetah and, I can't remember the other guy's name. They do find him. They bring him to Vegeta. I said Vegeta. With F. Vegeta and Cold, they see Broly, and they see that his power is like another Saiyan. And, Paragon's like, your father killed us. My father was a king for a reason. He felt you threatened him. But he's dead now. And you'll serve under me, or you'll deal. Yeah, that's it. You'll serve under me, or I could just send you back to that barren rock we found you on. After all, think it through now, Paragus. You would not have anything to happen, Broly. And then it's like, no, screw that, Broly. And then Bray sends Broly after Vegeta. And here's the weird thing: Broly, just without a Kari boost, or actually just in base form, I take that back. Sorry, just with his base form, was able to go toe to toe with a Super Saiyan Vegeta. It wasn't until Vegeta went to God mode that he overwhelmed base form Broly. But when Broly went into Akari mode, that's when he overwhelmed even God Vegeta. And Vegeta is nowhere near as strong in this form. And here's the thing, that's Vegeta who had godlike training too. So his base form was already enhanced at that point as well. So if base form Broly can go toe-to-toe with a Super Saiyan Vegeta, yeah, I don't even think that Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta could, or Cold, who's a comparable level, could handle Broly this way. And Broly just goes, wreaks havoc on him, and ends up killing them all. And it's like, no, so ends the bloodline of Vegeta. So what do we do now? I guess this empire's ours now, Broly. Like, what? Sure. And then they eventually he actually takes Broly's call. Like, I'm sorry for everything I've done to you, because I think Paragus does love his son on some level. He just was blinded by his own ambition. And he's like, I'm sorry, but you don't have to wear this anymore. Son, you're free. You can be whoever you want to be. And Father, he's like, you did a lot to me, Father. You hurt my only friend. I'm sorry, Broly. I need you to be the man you are today. But you fulfilled the duty I hoped for you would fulfill. So go and live your life. And he goes and marries T'Challa and has a bunch of babies. I don't know, probably. They hinted that there could have been a relationship. So really, nothing happens in Broly except for the fact they end up killing Vegeta and King Cold. Ultimately though, that is how that ends. Now, I don't go into the manga at all because the manga storyline and the anime storyline played out very differently. So I don't go into the manga stuff like the Galactic Patrol arc and the Moro stuff. Well, he's a very cool character. I don't go into that. So that is the end of What If Goku Had Been Adopted by the Briefs. So now that I ended this, should note that this week is the week of What Ifs. So keep your eyes out for those What Ifs. And also should note, and I'll be putting a post in this in the community forums or community board. Now that I finished this last What If, the one that replaces it is the first My Hero Academia What If I'm doing on the channel. Now, I'll go into more detail because I'm actually going to be doing a prelude video to how I'm going to be treating that particular What If, and then the first legitimate part of that What If chapter, as it's going to be called, and that's one thing I'll mention later on, is that is going to be on Saturday. So the first, the prelude, the explanation of this My Hero What If is going to be on Thursday. The actual first chapter is going to be on Saturday. So keep your eyes out for that. I will explain a bit more. I'm going to make a fun little, not quiz, poll. I'm going to do a fun little poll, or I guess I'll do a little fun little thing in the community to announce it. But until then, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. See you next time.